What's up, everybody, and welcome to Truthcast TV. We made it over that hump. It's all downhill from here. I got a few stories I want to touch on today, and one of them being YouTube is censoring Rand Paul by removing his whistleblower video, and everybody else is along with that. That's just the type of Orwellian society that we live in these days. And, when a big company can dictate what the American people can see and hear, when these big social media companies can literally censor the stuff people put out there and decide what they want us to hear and see, well, I just think that's bullshit. But that's just the way it goes. Let me just read a little bit of this. If you want to see a video of Senator Rand Paul reading a question that outs the Ukraine whistleblower alleged identity, you won't be able to find it on YouTube. The video sharing platform has removed a video of Kentucky Republicans saying the potential name of the anonymous tipster, according to Politico. Paul did this twice during President Donald Trump's impeachment trial, once speaking to a gaggle of reporters after Chief Justice John Roberts declined to read his question, and once from the Senate floor when explaining his vote to acquit the president on both charges he faced. YouTube's decision did not sit well with Paul. Yeah, you think? Who said it's chilling and disturbing day in America when giant web companies such as YouTube decide to censor speech. And, they've been doing that for a while now. So is Facebook and Twitter and all them other uh, left-wing leaning companies. Now even protected speech such as of that of a senator on the Senate floor can be blocked from getting to the American people, Paul said in a statement. This is dangerous and politically biased. Nowhere in my speech did I accuse anyone of being a whistleblower, nor did I know the whistleblower's identity, Paul added, repeating an argument he has previously made. Apparently, YouTube has taken upon itself to decide what questions can be asked in public debate, including on the Senate floor. YouTube spokesperson Ivy Choi said that videos, comments, and other forms of content that mention the leaked whistleblower's name violates YouTube's community guidelines and will be removed from YouTube. We removed hundreds of videos and over 10,000 comments that contain the name, Choi told Politico. Video uploaders have the option to edit their videos to exclude the name and re-upload them. Wow. Yep. That's, like I said, that's the type of Orwellian dictatorship that these companies have these days. I mean, until we limit the power that they have, this will continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So that's one of the stories I want to touch on today. Another one is Democrats will not rule out another new Trump impeachment case over the Roger Stone deal. So the Democrats are once again threatening to impeach Donald Trump over this Roger Stone case. Let's read a little bit. Democrat Representative Eric Swalwell, who ran for president but horrifically failed to even get close to becoming the president, dropped out like months ago. A lot of people don't even remember his name. But anyway, I digress. Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell in an interview Wednesday would not rule out no impeachment effort against President Trump over his alleged interference in criminal case of his former associate, Roger Stone. Federal prosecutors on Monday had recommended a sentence between 87 and 108 months in prison for Stone's conviction on 7 counts of obstruction, witness tampering, and making false statements to Congress on charges that stem from former special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. But in a stunning reversal, as Fox News first reported, leadership at the Justice Department overruled the prosecutor on the case, scaling back the proposed sentence for Stone, which immediately led Democrats to accuse Trump of interfering in the process by tweeting about his displeasure with the DOJ. Trump denies it, and the case lately has been complicated further by questions over possible juror bias. Yeah, I'd say there's a whole lot of questions in this case. But the Dems, yeah, they're trying to revamp their impeachment case against Trump, and they probably will. Just give it some time, and I'm sure that, I'm sure they'll try to impeach him again, but it's not going to happen. It's just going to be another huge waste of millions and millions of taxpayer dollars. So, I figured I would just cover that story. And the last story I want to cover before I go today would be a school forces a 6-year-old to go to mental health facilities. Unfortunately, this is the times we live in these days, where they're literally sending 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds to mental health facilities to be reevaluated, to be evaluated. And not only that, but then they put them on drugs such as Adderall, drugs such as Ritalin, because they claim they have ADHD, but really they're just, a kid. And but anyway, I digress. Let me click on the story right here and let's see what they're talking about.
A Florida law is under new scrutiny after a 6-year-old was involuntarily committed to a mental health facility following an incident at school. The girl's mother is now questioning the wisdom of the Baker Act, which allows authorities to force a psychiatric evaluation on anyone considered to be a danger to themselves or others, including kids. Manuel Bajorquez spoke to the mom. He's in Jacksonville, Florida. Manny, what exactly happened here?
Well, good morning. According to a sheriff's report, the girl was acting, quote, out of control and attacking staff members at her elementary school. The girl's mother, who says the child has special needs, does not believe she's getting full answers from the county's public schools.
I specifically placed my daughter at this school back in August of 2019 because I was told that they had specifically trained staff to handle special needs children.
Martina Falk says her 6-year-old daughter Nadia has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and a mood disorder. Surrounded by her legal team, she told us her daughter's nearly 2-day mandatory stay at a mental health center away from her mother did more harm than good.
She's traumatized. She is not herself anymore. I don't know what the long-term effects are.
It happened here at Love Grove Elementary. In the sheriff's report, a responding social worker said the girl was a threat to herself and others, destroying school property and attacking staff. She was removed from school and committed to a behavioral health center for psychiatric evaluation under Florida's Baker Act.
Why was she Baker acted? Why wasn't she properly given the love and attention that she needed?
Duval County Schools tell CBS News Baker Act decisions are made by a third-party licensed mental health care professional. And they say, we've reviewed the school's handling of this situation and find it to be compliant both with law and the best interests of this student and all other students at the school.
No, you're not going to an asylum.
In 2018 in Cocoa, Florida, this 12-year-old boy with autism was hauled off in a police cruiser. It was the boy's first day in middle school, and during a meltdown, he scratched himself and then made a suicidal reference. That's when the school resource officer acted. The boy's mom, Stacy Plonsky, says the school should have called her before enforcing the Baker Act.
The behavior plan outlined what to do if he makes verbal threats. They only had to follow the plan.
The number of children involuntarily transported to a mental health center in Florida has more than doubled in the last 15 years to about 36,000.
I absolutely think that the Baker Act is being overused.
This week, Florida's legislature is debating major reforms to the nearly 50-year-old law. Jennifer Webb's bill would require better training for school officials and resource officers and establish more consistent rules on exactly when a parent should be notified that their child might be committed.
So it should only be used as a last resort. And Baker acting 6-year-olds just seems excessive to me.
Webb believes that funds allocated for schools after the high school shooting in Parkland could be used for better training. As for the 6-year-old girl in the case here in Jacksonville, her mother says she is still looking for a different school for her. Anthony?
Yeah, I'd say so. So these days, it started, a pretty good while ago, but they would rather kids walk around like zombies all day on Ritalin and Adderall and whatever other medicines they're giving to little kids out here these days than they would to actually take the time to give them the special attention and like that woman said, love that they need. They would rather them doped up to where they don't have to deal with them, and that's a shame. But anyway, that's the news for today, and I hope everybody has a great Thursday, and remember, stay woke, and until next time, I'm out.